What is up, you crazy bastards? Welcome to the Death Metal Dungeon. My name is Nate. I will be your dungeon master, here to help you torture your ears with lots of great, mostly death metal, as the name of the channel kind of implies. Also really enjoy a lot of thrash metal, especially the more kind of extreme end of the thrash metal spectrum, like some black metal, like some doom metal, especially when it's like death doom kind of stuff. So lots of extreme metal stuff coming your way, primarily death metal, because that's really my, I guess maybe kind of specialty area, what I enjoy the most. But in recent years, I've, again, kind of gotten into black metal as well. Been listening to thrash metal since the early 90s, got into death metal around 92, 93. Actually collected for quite a while, up until about 2010. At that time, my family and I moved. It was a big move, lots of just changes, financial changes and stuff. So I parted ways with a lot of my collection. And just the last few years have really started recollecting again. So as you can see, I'm not positioned in front of like a wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling rack of CDs and records and stuff. I do have a growing collection. I think maybe about 300 CDs right now, maybe about 100 LPs, bunch of 7-inches as well, and probably 50 or 60 cassettes. So pretty humble collection right now, but I'm kind of growing it, in the process of growing it. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing when it comes to, a YouTube channel, producing videos and stuff. I've got my iPhone balanced on a stack of books. I'm sitting in the master bedroom of my house. I have no idea, but really love some of the channels that are out there. And so thought I'd maybe give this a try. And speaking of those channels, just a shout out, Aaron from Grind Slime TV, man, those daily uploads, love watching your stuff. Mark G with a C, The Bowels of Retribution, incredible channel. Anthony from Metal Miners, love watching your stuff, man. I always look forward to seeing new videos get uploaded. Sean, Gruesome Sean from Collecting Death Metal with Gruesome Sean. Patrick from Heavy Therapy. In fact, I think Patrick was one of the first channels I discovered a few years ago when I got back into collecting again. So thank you, Patrick. I've definitely picked up a bunch of releases based on your recommendations. Who else? Melanie Loves Death Metal. Barry the Goat Master, that Goat Metal show. Really enjoy watching your channels. A couple of you have even encouraged me, like, hey, man, put some videos out. So this is my attempt at doing that. Again, I wasn't ready to invest in editing equipment or, any other software or anything like that. So I just figured, hey, let's try it with the iPhone, kind of see how it goes. And then, if I decide to get a little deeper into it, maybe I will set something up so we've got kind of a cooler backdrop than my master bedroom, which is a little bit messy. Maybe at that point we'll look at like a MacBook Pro or something, and a good camera and microphone and all that stuff. So if it sounds and looks kind of shitty right now, just know this is just me experimenting and trying it out. My plan probably, I love how Aaron Grind Slime TV does daily videos, 5-6 minutes focusing on one release. I think that's badass, but not something that I really have the bandwidth or capacity to do at this point. So my goal, I think, will probably be, upload a couple of videos a month, 10 to 15 minutes tops, focus on maybe 2 to 3 releases from my collection that I think might be interesting for some of y'all to check out. And again, we'll kind of see how it goes. What else do I want to say about the channel? I think that's pretty much it. Again, we'll kind of see how it goes. Again, couple videos a month, maybe 10, 15 minute videos with 2 to 3 releases that I'll be focusing on. Which brings us to today. Just really more wanted to introduce the channel, kind of just get it out there, see how it goes, see how many views I get, see if I get any comments. But I also wanted to figure, hey, let's focus on one, what I think is kind of a forgotten gem from the very early 90s, death metal. And that is probably going to be a reflection on here. I'll pull it out in a minute. But that is Corpus Rottus and their release Rituals of Silence, which was originally released in 1991. It's been reissued several times. This is a 2013 reissue from With Your Teeth Records that I have. You can see the cover there. Pretty cool, very, reminiscent of the time in the early 90s. You can see inside here the dudes. The drummer unfortunately passed away a while back, so they dedicated the reissue to his memory. Some really cool liner notes in here as well, written by one of the band members, kind of gives a little history of the band. A couple of the guys were in a band called Mutilation before they started Corpus Rottus. This is their only kind of full-length release that they put out. Again, it was 1991. I actually don't remember who originally, what label originally released it, but again, it was 91. At the time, they were, I guess, kind of starting to get somewhat big for their area. They're from Delaware. They were playing shows with like Ripping Corpse and some other Suffocation, some other, bands that at the time were really kind of up and coming and popular. According to Metal Archives, they were active from 89 to 2011. They did put out a demo and an EP called Intensified Gore in 1991. And then also this, again, this LP, Rituals of Silence. Again, this is a 2013 reissue on With Your Teeth Records. Show you the CD as well. It's got the cover art image on there. It's been reissued a couple other times. Hammerheart Records has reissued it, and Headsplit Records here in the USA has reissued it more recently than this 2013 reissue. I want to say Headsplit was within the last couple years that they reissued this as well. So it is available. You can find it on Discogs, including this 2013 reissue is available on Discogs. As far as the music, this is kind of like your classic early 90s, what I think of as kind of like proto-brutal death metal, if that makes sense. Think along the lines of like Monstrosity, early Cannibal Corpse, especially like the Butchered at Birth, maybe Tomb of the Mutilated era, not real technical like Cannibal Corpse became as they continued to push themselves. Some Suffocation as well, but again, less on the technical side, more on the brutal. Definitely a lot of really sick, really catchy riffs. I really love the drumming and the drum production on this. It's very organic sounding. Kick drums might be triggered, sound like they probably were, but it's a good kind of natural sounding kick drum. There's some blasting here and there, again, along the lines of what I almost think of as like proto blasting. It doesn't sound real fast by like today's like hyper blasting standards that's in a lot of brutal death metal, but some good blasting here and there. A lot of thrash beats, a lot of double bass drumming. Vocals are guttural. You can hear the bass in the mix, although it's kind of drowned out. You have to kind of listen for it, not real high in the mix. Really good guttural vocals. Again, make me think a little bit of like Corpse Grinder from his Monstrosity days, a little bit of maybe a Frank Mullen kind of influence, not quite as deep and just like bowel emptyingly guttural as Frank really developed, but some really good stuff as well. I hear maybe a little bit of like Deicide in there as well. Again, just kind of like heavy and brutal without being, kind of brutal death metal as we tend to think of it today. Maybe a little bit of early Incantation in there as well. Less on the doomy side than Incantation, but kind of the speedier parts, the tremolo picking, and just the friggin' kick-ass riffs that Incantation is known for. You'll hear in this as well. So highly recommended. If you haven't heard these guys, I'd encourage you to try tracking it down. Really worthy listen. I didn't look, but I'm sure you can probably find this on YouTube to listen to, probably streaming like Spotify and stuff as well, maybe even Bandcamp, where Headsplit released it within the last few years. So you might be able to find it and give it a listen there before you invest any money in it. But again, I would highly recommend checking it out. If you've heard this before, let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe let me know what are some of the bands you're really interested in? What subgenres of extreme metal are you into? Are you kind of a death metal fanatic like me? Black metal, what other stuff do you listen to? I like a lot of grindcore as well, both gore grind and the more like kind of politically oriented grindcore. Love stuff like Ass Suck, and some of that really politically motivated kind of death metal leaning grindcore from the classic days. So I'll be posting some of that stuff as well as I go. Hope you enjoyed this first video. Let me know what you think, and see you guys again soon. Think for yourself. Stay brutal. Don't play in traffic. I don't know if I have any other advice, but I'll catch you on the next one.